maybe you can find a good company, but once you understand it, because maybe it's a time constraint, or you can hire somebody that will do it once they're doing it for you.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million? And today we have Roy with us, which is a serial entrepreneur and a podcast coach. So, Roy, tell us, what are the 5 steps for you to make the first million?
One is passion.
Oh, wow, I love it.
Yeah, because a lot of times people, they have an idea or they're doing something, but they're doing it for the money. And then it becomes a job. Whereas if you have passion, it's never a job, it's a joy. So I would always say passion is the first step.
The first step. So then the first one. What would be the second one then?
Knowledge. So for me, I've had a load of businesses over 20 plus, and no matter what I'm getting into, I read, I learn, I listen, I watch podcasts, I sit down with people. Sometimes people think they know everything. You don't know everything. Learn from the best. Don't be trying to reinvent the wheel. Don't be making the mistakes that were previously done. So knowledge is the next one that I would say.
Wow, brilliant. Third one.
Third one is marketing. So no matter what you're doing in life, everybody, it's like opening a shop. You open the door and you just expect the queues to be queuing up. And whether it's an online business, you expect them all to be coming to your domain. That's not how it happens. And you have to market, market, market. So even when you're doing all your knowledge and buying your books, learn about copywriting, learn about marketing, study from the best. Dan Kennedy, Frank Kearns, there's a load of people out there. And you have to keep marketing.
They're
and
brilliant.
It keeps moving. So you need to keep learning.
I meet them personally, both of them.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent. Next one, the fourth one, is tax optimization. Because a lot of times people, they think, will this work, won't work? And if it fails, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, don't be looking at how to not pay tax when you're making a load of money. Look at it from the very start. How do I pay legally as little as possible? And with like solicitors and like accountants and everything, sometimes you think they've got your back and everything. You also have to, you're in control. It's your business. Nobody's going to watch your dollars more than yourself. So tax optimization would be my
100%.
fourth one.
Wow. Very powerful. And the last one?
The last one is legal. Because when you're in business, I've had over 100 court cases. When you're in business, and if you're doing okay, everybody wants to take money out of your pocket. And you think a solicitor has your back as well. Most of the cases that I've won, I've learned myself. And through the knowledge that I've done, I started learning sovereignty, common law. Some people say UCC, that I realized the power that I've got. So make sure you understand it and not to be delegating that to some solicitor who's all he's trying to do is give you billable hours and make his pocket get bigger and yours less.
I couldn't agree more. 100%. At the end of the day, you are responsible. Yeah. And I think that entrepreneurs out there, the first time I had to look, you see the accounts, this look like Chinese to me. And I didn't like it. But you know what? I had to learn it. Whether you like it or no, you have to learn it. I don't even know if you like law or no. But you know what? You have to learn it a little bit. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible. And at the end of the day, nobody will look after your dollars better than you. You're 100% right. And sometimes, you hire people and then they just pay them by the hour and they bill you hours, but they're not looking after your bad. Not because they're a bad person or anything. It's just that maybe they have a lot of clients, or maybe they don't understand your business so well to give you advice. But Roy, one of the points that I want to stretch is this one that you make about marketing, because there are could be a misconception that entrepreneurs are that they create a product, they're very product centric, and they think that you have a product, and because my product is good, everybody will come and buy it. And again, you talk about marketing and sales. They said, I don't like it. I don't want to learn this. My product is good. So in reality, um, why do you think that people doesn't take sales and marketing so seriously? Whether without this, I think you have nothing. What do you think is the problem?
I think sometimes it's like, for example, I didn't like public speaking, and I know you've done a lot of public speaking, but I told myself a story until I realized I need to become good at it. And then I got very good at it. I started entering competitions, winning in 5 countries and things like that. But I told
Wow.
myself a story. So a lot of times people are telling the story. I'm not good at marketing, or I'm not good at sales. And I guarantee it, there are so many companies, they will be happy to take your dollars. But if you ask them to work on a commission basis, there's very few will actually do it. They'll take your
Absolutely.
dollars and they'll blame all the system, and they'll say, okay, we'll put X amount towards the Google ads or Facebook ads and everything. And
And it didn't work.
most of the time they haven't. I have had so many clients that I work with that they have spent fortunes and they nearly went bust because of companies that are telling them that they can do this. And maybe you can find a good company, but once you understand it, because maybe it's a time constraint, or you can hire somebody that will do it once they're doing it for you.
Once you
But don't,
understand you understand what you do, what is happening. Because if you don't understand what is happening, you're 100% right, Roy. You cannot instruct them what you want. You see. So
like, you can buy Google books on Google, books on Facebook. If you understand everything, doesn't necessarily mean you want to do that or you have the time to be done. But you can have an in-house person doing it. You can outsource it. But once you're keeping track of it and you full control of it, then it's different. But most of the time, my experience, unfortunately, people, they just hand over the cash and they're just waiting for the leads to come through, and then then they go on to the next company and they start complaining about the previous company, and they say, oh, we don't do that, we've got a load of clients that are actually happy. And unfortunately, there's very few out there that are genuine.
because Roy, at the end of the day, one of your steps it was keep learning and learn about everything. And I think this is in essence what's being an entrepreneur is about learning. If you want to be in business, you have to be able to learn and know a little bit or as much as you can of everything a topic that involve your business. You know what I mean? So
Yes, exactly. Because even if you have
and
employees,
look at you,
like,
who gonna tell you when you start your first business? You told me around 20 years when you were 20 years ago. Who gonna tell you when you 20 years ago when you were 20 years old? Sorry, that you start your first business. Who gonna tell you that you almost will become a lawyer? You know, you
yeah, no, exactly.
and now you know a lot. You see, you actually can guide your lawyers and say, look, this is what I want. Please address the case like this. I mean, the lawyers, I won't say that you know more than a lawyer, but at least you can guide them and tell them, look,
I'm more ethical than most of them.
exactly. And well, not well, we're not saying more ethical, but some of them are ethical, some of them no, is a different. But at least you can guide them for the shorter path, so at least you can save some money, right?
And like, a lot of times people don't know this, but a lot of times if you have a case, the solicitors are talking to each other and they've already agreed what, but they're just doing the billable hours and they're doing all the letters back and forth. They know exactly the outcome. And once you know the
Really?
game,
Wow.
yeah. And like, one bit of advice for any entrepreneur is, if there's a situation like that, try to get everybody to sit down at the same time and negotiate it when you've got both solicitors for the other party and yourself, and just sit down and do it and hash it out, because it'll cost you 10 times or 100 times more when it's just going back and forth.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.